and love. ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Our topic today is marriage and love. Marriage, very difficult to explain. After all, there's no universal definition for ضاء هي الحالقة لا أقول تحلق الشعر ولكن تحلق الدين والذي نفسي بيدي لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحابوا أفلا أنبئكم بما يثبت ذاكم أفشوا السلام بينكم. The Prophet said, there have come to you the diseases of some nations before you. And what are the diseases of some nations before you in the days of Jahiliyyah? Envy and hatred. Those were the two diseases of people. And hatred is the reason. You would not be believers until you love one another. And shall I tell you something which if you did, you would love each other? And that thing is spread peace between yourselves. Spread peace between yourselves. Prophet ﷺ was there emphasizing the importance of love because the whole world is suffering from this disease. And the Prophet said there are two of them, envy and hatred. Incidentally, hatred is the opposite of love. If we can remove envy and hatred from the world, what remains in the equation is peace. The world doesn't need more wealth than it really already has. The world doesn't need more natural resources than the ones Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already provided. It doesn't need an additional sun or additional moon or additional basins of seas and rivers. The world doesn't need angels to come and govern the affairs of mankind for this world to be a better place. It is not a more advanced technology from outer space that aliens will bring to us that we actually need. This world doesn't need another app or a network. What this world needs is really basic. It is basic, it is simple, it is bare-boned, and something that's often forgotten in the rat race, in the pursuit of wealth by the people, in the pursuit of power, pursuit of fame and long life. It is often compromised in the hustle to outdo others in our materialistic consumerism. And it is often neglected in building a life ambition, in building a home, in nation building. It is often neglected in every aspect of human life. What is it that the world actually needs? Love. That's all that the world needs. Similarly, the home doesn't really need an elaborate wedding. It doesn't need bigger mansion. It doesn't need more fashionable cars. It doesn't need more modern gadgets. Marriages and homes do not need more wealth to throw around. Even individuals involved in the marriages, they don't need more looks. They don't need more beauties. What the home needs in order to experience true joy, in order to experience lasting happiness, in order to experience sustainable peace, is love. Pure, old-fashioned love that never goes out of style. Love can be ridiculous, it can be oozed, it can be fearless, it can be bold, and love can be very unstoppable. There is hardly anything that is there to be achieved. With love, it is possible. So, love sometimes is hidden, and other times it is known. Sometimes it is true. You talk about true love. Sometimes it is not true. Sometimes love feels like fire. Other times it is not even felt at all. Sometimes love can be cold as the Arctic of sadness. And sometimes love can be hot as burning passion in a human being. Love can be love at first sight, or it can be built over time, from time to time, the love continues to increase. Love can be revealed. Love can be kept a secret. Love may be returned. Sometimes it may be turned down. Love. Something that can neither be explained nor defined, that is love. Or how can it be professed? It cannot be exclaimed by keeping it in your mind. It cannot be fully expressed by an articulate tongue. The only way is by saying words from your heart. Yet, it is better felt by the heart than uttered by the words of the mouth. And incidentally, no two persons ever feel exactly the same about love. How I wish there's something called lovometer, where we can just try ourselves and see who love each other more than another person. Husband or wife will be like, I love you, you love me, I love you, I love. I wish we could just go to the hospital and have a test, a love test, where our blood samples will be taken and they measure who truly love one another amongst ourselves. So love is hard to find. It's even harder to keep it when you have found it. And sometimes it's even more difficult to recognize it when you see it. It takes time and effort to keep love going, but you don't mind because you will do anything in the world to keep that love forever. Once you experience it, you don't want the experience to go away again. It's waking up in the morning wanting to be with the person that you love, one person that you love, and you want to go to bed feeling the same way about that person. It is knowing that you want to spend the rest of your life with that person that you love. That love is only thing that's on our mind all day and every day, and we are not tired of keeping it in our minds. It's a feeling so great that no matter what anyone says, it will never be taken away because of what people are saying. It is probably the best feelings in the world. Of all feelings, love is probably the best. Love is not there anymore. Love is the safety that you feel when you are feeling scared. It is the hope that you have when everything has gone wrong. It's the dreams you hold on to when you are alone by yourself. It's the way you just sit there thinking of crazy things that can't be expressed with words of the mouth. You may be too bashful, you may be too confused to even say it, even though you can feel it inside your mind. Just like the fish once said to the sea, the fish says, "You can't see my tears when I cry." And the sea replied, "Yes, I might not see your tears, but I can feel your pain and joy because you live in me." Love is like the fish inside your heart, and your heart is the sea. Your love is still there deep inside you. The feelings are still there, and you know that you feel it. When you feel love, you know that it is love you actually feel sometimes. But when you lose that feeling, when you lose the only thing that ever mattered to you, it seems like life has no purpose and no point at all. You feel like you could just lie down, curl up and die. That nothing or no one else matters to you apart from the person that you love. And the only thing that you have ever wanted now is gone. What are you going to do? How are you going to continue to live without the person that you love? And you will do anything to get it back, by all means, because it is worth it. Sometimes too, love is having someone to talk to when no one else is listening. Love is being so in love that nothing in your life is missing. When you are in love, everything seems to be completed. Now that is love there for you. It can have a variety of related but different meanings in different contexts depending on how you use it. The diversity of uses and meanings combined with the complexity of the feelings involved makes love unusually difficult to consistently define compared to other emotional states. You can say I feel hungry, you can say I feel thirsty, you can say I feel sad, you can say I'm not happy. But when it comes to love, it's even much more difficult to say whether you actually feel it or you don't feel it. In some cultures, there are some differences in conceptualizing love, so it impedes the establishment of a universal definition. What you call love in your culture is not love in another culture. And many languages use multiple words to express love. Apart from the one the English people call love, in your own language may mean another thing. I want to assume that there's hardly any culture in the world that doesn't have the word for love in their language. What's love called in your language? Ife. So. Okay, so that is to love. Yes, so. Which other way do you call it in your language? So, oisi. That's love, right? Yeah, sounds lovely. Oisi. What does you call it in your language? Who can tell me again? Ife, so, oisi. What's it called in Igbo language? Okay, how do you say I love you in your language? Nafe dohe. Allah Akbar Kabira. Oh, Allah is great. Allah is great. Allah is great. So love can come in so many languages, can come in so many words, can come in so many forms of expression, depending on what you look at love and what love looks like in your culture and how you express it to one another. Love in its various forms acts as a major facilitator of what we refer to as interpersonal relationships, and owing to its central psychological importance, it's one of the most common themes in people who are creative. When we talk about creativity or creative art, I believe love is among those things that make people to be creative. It makes them to imagine wider. People who are not capable of loving or experiencing love, it seems they are going to be very poor on the creativity side. Love may be understood as a function to keep human beings together. Without love, husband and wife will never stay together. Take that from me. Without love, we will not stay together. If we do, our staying together would not be that of enjoyment. But let us look at it. What is not love? What is not love? Well, many people have talked about many things. Some people talk about like. Love is a stronger form of like, to like something or to like someone. You also see that, love is also contrasted commonly with lust. L-U-S-T, lust. People see love as better and lust as not better. Love as positive, lust as negative. And then sometimes when people talk about romantic aspect of life, it is romance is something between love and lust. It's somewhere in between the two. And so depending on how you look at it or which point you stand, then you experience romance as far as love or lust is concerned. Sometimes love, you use it when you are talking about friendship. When you are a friend to somebody, you may say you love that person. But love is higher than what we call friendship. You can say close friendship, or what other thing do people say when you are very close to somebody in friendship? In some very bad English, they will say tight friend. Yeah, that means you talk about close friend. Love is much higher than that. And I want to ask you this question. It has always bothered my mind. Why do couples claim to love one another, yet they still fight, they still beat each other? Yes, they still mess up each other's lives. They still embarrass one another. And they say they love one another. Does love work that way? The husband and wife will say they love each other. The next moment they turn around. They begin to fight. They begin to quarrel. They begin to go destructive against one another. They go all out to hurt and to injure one another. To inflict injuries. Physical, psychological, and emotional injuries on one another. Is it love? Does love work that way? Why is it that people who love each other, by the time they get married, things will just change? And that love, you wonder where it has gone to again. People who are all out in romance, after a while, you see the whole house will be turned upside down. Everything will become cold and chilly, negatively, out of malice that they keep against one another. Husband is not talking, wife is not talking, and the children are not smiling either. Why? Why does it happen like that? Why is it like that? May Allah have mercy on us. Now, let's look at it again. How does Islam look at love generally? I'm generalizing a lot of things now. How the Quran and the Hadith look at love, so that we understand vis-a-vis love and marriage, or marriage and love. In Islam, love encompasses a universal concept of brotherhood that applies to everybody who holds on to the faith of Islam. The moment you are a Muslim, we believe that you understand what love is all about. As far as Islam is concerned, to be a Muslim is to understand love, is to practice love, is to show love to others. Amongst the 99 names of Almighty Allah, one of such names is Al-Wadud, the loving one, the one that loves. And you find that in Surah Al-Hud, Quran chapter 11 verse 90. Allah says, "Wastaghfiru rabbakum thumma tubu ilayhi inna rabbi rahimun wadud." And ask forgiveness of your Lord and turn to him in repentance. Verily, my Lord is most merciful, most loving. Quran chapter 11 verse 90. That was said by Shu'aib to his people. In other words, anybody saying that there's no love, people don't talk about love in Islam, and the person has not really studied the Quran. One of the names of Allah is Al-Wadud, and the Quran speaks in so many languages, in so many forms, referring to love, a very strong kind of love. And also in Surah Al-Buruj, chapter 85, verse 14, Allah says, "Wa huwal ghafurul wadud." And Allah is all forgiving, He is all loving. He will forgive you and He will show love towards you. Meaning that it is part of His nature, it is part of the being of Allah to love His creatures. And when we want to be those who submit to the will of Allah in Islam, it is compulsory on us to adopt that quality, that attribute of Allah to show love. Whoever is not able, not capable, or refusing to show love, that person has not fully grasped the essence of Islam. Take that from me. You see, Allah is referred to at the beginning of every chapter of the Quran, except Surah Tawbah. Allah begins with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful, the most compassionate, most merciful. That compassion and mercy, those are the attributes, those are the practice of love. That is love in motion, love in action. You cannot show love unless you are compassionate and merciful. In other words, every believer, every Muslim that ever reads the Quran and starts with Bismillah Rahman Rahim is describing the attributes of Allah in terms of love, compassionate and merciful. That is indicating that nobody is more loving, nobody is more compassionate, nobody is more benevolent than Allah. And if you are submitted to the will of Allah, you've got to be full of loving kindness. Allahu Akbar. So the Quran exhorts Muslim believers to treat all people, especially those who have not persecuted them, with birri. What is birri? You see that in Quran chapter 60 verses 8 to 9. Surah Al-Mumtahina. You also see that in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah says al-birra an tuwallu wujuhakum qibala al-mashriq wal-maghribi, and so on and so forth. Al-birri is a kind of deep kindness. It is righteousness, but a very deep kind of kindness. Yes, al-birri is also used in the Quran in describing the love and kindness that children must show to their parents. You see what that means now. So al-birri is another way of explaining what love is all about. It's a kind of kindness, it's a kind of righteousness. And then we also have another word, ishq. Alif, shinun, andqa. Ishq. Ishq is defined or described by the Sufis as divine love. The Sufi, you know what I'm talking about. The Sufi, the people like what's his name? Imam Ghazali and the rest of them. That's at least that's an example of a Sufi. So the Sufis, they use the word ishq to describe the divine love of Almighty Allah. Those who practice Sufism, they believe that love is a projection of the essence of Allah to the universe. Love is the way Allah relates to the universe. In fact, there's a statement that kataba ala nafsi rahma. Allah has made mercy compulsory for himself. In other words, the whole way of the way Allah relates to the dunya, to the world and the humankind and everything inside is out of love. Not because we deserve anything, but because he loves us, he shows mercy on us. How many of us wrote an application to be born? How many of us brought a note from somewhere to Allah that you want to be created as a human being? It is the love of Allah that has given us the chance, that has given us the grace, that has given us that opportunity to be alive and to be counted as a human being. And greatest of them all, Allah has made us to be Muslims, believers, who call on his name and count on his mercy every time. If you want to do something, you say inshallah, with the will of Almighty Allah. You are counting on his will, you are counting on his permission, and invariably you are counting on his love, because you don't deserve it. He gives it to you because he loves you. That's what it means. So the Sufis, they believe that everything you see in the universe should be a reflection of the beauty in what Allah has made. They decide to see beauty in everything. There's nothing the Sufis see and he says it's ugly. No. Because he believes that everything Allah has made, everything Allah has created is beautiful. Because Allah himself is beautiful. Allahu Akbar Kabira. So they now refer to Sufism. Sufism refer to the way of Islam, the path of Islam, as the path of love. Allah in Sufism is referred to in three main terms. The way they refer to Allah. They refer to Allah as lover, they refer to him as loved, and they refer to him as beloved. Those three ways they are still talking about love, with the last of these terms being often seen in Sufi poetry. Whenever they refer to him as beloved. Whenever they may not mention Allah directly, they say the beloved, the one that is to be loved because he loves us. It behoves you as a way of reciprocation to love back somebody who loves you so much. So they believe that everything about Islam is you are showing that gratitude to Allah for having loved you. You love his creatures. Allah loves you so much, you love people that are under you. Allah loves you so much, you see any of the creatures of Allah, you show kindness to that creature. Remember somebody who the prophet said will go to paradise because this person saw a dog that was thirsty, and the person went into the well and brought water up for that dog to drink, and the person will go to paradise. That is love. You show love to every creature, not discriminating against them. See, even dogs, as people look at them in a negative way, generally, the real Sufis, those who believe in love, as far as Islam is concerned, they don't hate animals. The prophet said, don't keep this dog for this purpose, but the prophet didn't say you should hate it. To the extent that they refer to what happened to Kahf. Do you remember the dwellers of the cave, the Ashabul Kahf? They had a dog with them. And Allah said a lot of good things about those people, and the dog was counted amongst them as the Ashabul Kahf, the dwellers of the cave. Meaning that you get, Allahu Akbar, you get to see that it's not that Allah hates dogs or Allah hates other animals or anybody. It is not human beings that Allah hates most of the time. It is what they do that Allah doesn't like. Do you understand how the Sufis think? It is not the human beings that Allah will hate. It is what they do wrong that Allah doesn't like. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ, when he went to Taif and was stoned and he bled, and an angel said, let's destroy all of them. The Prophet said, no, don't destroy anybody. Because even if these people do not believe, their children will believe. It is out of that love that, no, it is not they that should be destroyed. It is the evil things they were doing that should be destroyed. Don't get it twisted. Even when you criticize things, you don't criticize people, you criticize what they have done wrong. This is love. Allah himself doesn't condemn us. It is what we do wrong that he condemns. Because he's the one who has created us with his hands, and he loves and cherishes. He is the lover and the cherisher and sustainer of everything he has created. What would Allah do gain in punishing us if we are grateful and we believe? He doesn't need to punish us because he still loves us despite and in spite. If a person has committed so much evil and the person turns back to Allah, he will accept the person, and that's why Allah combines two attributes mostly. وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الْوَدُودُ. He is all forgiving, is most loving. He will forgive you out of love that he has for you, even when you don't deserve it. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Oh, Allah have mercy on us. So a common viewpoint of Sufism is that through love, humankind can get back to its inherent purity and grace, and we go back to paradise, inshallah. So there are so many of these manifestations of love in the Quran and Sunnah. Allah teaches us hubbu, that's love, in various contexts. The word is used about 69 times, referring to love in various grammatical forms. Hubbu is mentioned by Allah 45 times in the Quran. Hubbu, love, 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 and so on and so forth. So love is more than an emotion in Islam, and like the weather, a spectrum of vivid or dark colors is prone to change. It changes, goes up and down. Its darker shades can lead to lustful corruption, and the purer essence can lead to faith and purity. Mean that when we talk about love, it comes in different shades. Some are high and some are low. And look at what Allah says about love. You have to earn love. The Quran says, Quran chapter 2 verse 195, Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah says, wa ahsinu, be good. Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin, because Allah loves those who are good doers. This is one of the ways Allah uses the word love. I love those who do good. Be good. Be good. Ahsin kama ahsan Allah ilayk. Be good to others the way Allah has been good towards you. And look at this now. Allah says, this is very interesting. Surah to Maryam chapter 19 verse 96. Allah says, Inna alladhina amanu, as for those who believe, wa amilu solihat, and they do righteous deeds, sayaj'alu lahu lahumur rahmanu, sayaj'alu lahumur rahmanu wadda. Sayaj'alu lahumur rahmanu wudda. Those who believe and do righteous deeds, the most merciful will appoint for them affection. If you believe and you do righteous deeds, the most merciful, Allah used that word Rahman for himself. He said the most merciful will put his love on you, so to speak. It will so love you because you believe and you do righteous deeds. And there's one hadith that illustrates how this works. Imam Ahmad recorded Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu said, the Messenger of Allah said, Inna Allah idha ahaba abdan. This is how it works. Whenever Allah loves a servant, this is a special kind of love now. When Allah loves a servant, Daha Jibril, Allah will call Jibril and say, Jibril, come here. For call, he will say, Ya Jibril, oh Jibril, Inni uhibbu fulanan. I love this guy. I love this person. Fahibbahu. You too must love him. Allah will command Jibril, I love this guy, you too must love him. Then call her. Fayuhibbuhu Jibril. Jibril will so love that person. Not just love. Jibril will show love to that person. Imagine if an angel, the archangel, is showing love towards you. Allahu Akbar. Call her. Then the hadith says, Summa yunadi fi ahli sama. Jibril will now call all of the people in the heavens. Jibril will announce, Inna Allah yuhibbu fulanan fahibbu. Allah loves this guy. All of you must love him. Call her. Prophet said, yuhibbu ahlu sama. Every creature of Allah in the heavens will love that person. Summa yuda'u lahul qabul fil ard. And then this love is now going to be extended, Allahu Akbar, to every other thing that's on earth, to the extent that Allah will give him acceptance on the earth. Qubul. It will be accepted even by the people on earth. Wa inna Allah idha abghada abdan. Similarly, or conversely, if Allah is angry with his servant, Da'a Jibril, Allah will call Jibril for caller. Ya Jibril, oh Jibril, inni abghidu falana fabghidu. I hate this guy, I don't like this man, because he despises my creatures, he destroys my creatures, he ridicules my handiwork. I don't like him. And Jibril will said, I too, I hate him. And Jibril will call, Fayubghidu Jibril. Jibril will hate the person. Summa yunadi fi hali sama. And Jibril will announce to everybody in the heavens, Inna Allah yubghidu fulana fabghidu. Allah hates this person. All of you must despise him. Fayubghidu ahlu sama. Everybody in every creature in the heavens will hate that person. Summa yudawu lahul baghdau fil ard. And Allah will extend the hatred to every other thing that's on earth, that they must all hate him too. Who doesn't hate a destructive person? It's not only Allah that hates such a person. Whatever you do and people begin to hate you, check yourself very well. It came from up. And anyone that Allah loves, better love the person back. Because if you are an enemy to the friend of Allah, you become Allah's enemy too. In other words, better love everyone, because you don't know who is who. Allahu Akbar. This is how it works. You see, Anas bin Malik now reported that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, there's one thing, Allahu Akbar, one of the things that will make Allah to show love to somebody and announce that Jibreel should tell others to love that person is this. La yu'minu ahadukum. None of you is truly a believer hatta yuhibba li akhihi, until he loves for his brother, or qala li jari, or maybe he loves for his neighbor ma yuhibbu li nafsi, what he loves for himself. This is one of the secrets. If you want Allah to love you, begin to love his creatures. He will so love you. This is why Allah loves the messengers and the prophets a lot. These are the prophets. They will be stoning them, they will be beating them, they will be accusing them, they will be, all sorts of insults against them. They will still love these people. And that is one way of gaining the love of Almighty Allah. Allah Akbar Kabira. Abu Hurairah reported that the Messenger of Allah said, Wa hibba linnasi ma tuhibbu li nafsik takum mu'minan. Love for the people what you love for yourself, then you become a believer. Wa ahsin jawara man jaraka takum musliman. And behave well with your neighbor, then you become a Muslim. In other words, Allah Akbar. Did you get that gist now? Yes, you are a Muslim when you behave well to others. And you are a true believer when you love for yourself what you love for others, and what you love for others, what you love for yourself. It's then you are a true believer. This is what the Prophet ﷺ told us. May Allah increase our knowledge in this regard. Now, there are so many types of love. I will go through that briefly. We call it Anwa'ul Mahabba. Anwa'ul Mahabba, the types of love. Love will be divided into two. We have Mahabbatu Khasa, that is the specific love, and the Muhabbatu Mushtaraka, general love that encompasses everything. Briefly, Muhabbatu Khasa, the specific love can come in both halal and haram. Yes, we have the halal love, the love that is halal. The love of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's number one, first and foremost. It is halal, and it is very important that you must love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Akbar. The Quran says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, they are amongst the people, مَنْ يَتَّخِذُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنْدَادًا, those who take others for worship apart from Almighty Allah, يُحِبُّونَهُمْ كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ, they love these their idols as if they are loving Allah. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. But as for those who believe, they are the ones whose love for Allah is far and above every other thing. You see that in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 165. In other words, you must love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as number one. You also check Quran chapter 9, verse 24. You see the same thing about the love of Allah. In fact, this one says that you must love Allah more than your fathers, your mothers, your ikhwan, your brothers, your wives, everybody. You must love Allah more than all of these people. And then we have the second one, the love of Allah's messenger, Allah Akbar, the love of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah Akbar Kabira. You must love the messenger of Allah. If not, your saying you love Allah doesn't really work, because the Quran says, "Kul in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah." If you truly love Allah, fattabi'uni, follow me. That's what Allah asked Muhammad to tell us. If you love Allah, follow me. Yuhibbukumullah. If you can follow me, Allah will love you some more. وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ, and you forgive your sins. وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ, and Allah is all forgiving, is most merciful. If you love Allah, follow me. Quran chapter 3 verse 31. If you don't follow the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't love him. We say we love the Prophet, but we don't follow his sunnah. The Prophet said, take care of your family. You don't take care of your family. Show love and kindness to your wife. You don't do that. The Prophet said, if you hate one aspect of her life, love the other side. Look at the other side. There must be something you love. Somebody will say, I hate you from now to the heavens. If we can follow the sunnah of the Prophet, then we love. There's nothing like, okay, I love Allah, and then you are maltreating the servant of Allah that Allah has kept in your care. If you cannot love your wife, it is a sin. This is what I'm using to put that on. I believe, in my own opinion, it's a sin for husband and wife not to love one another. And if you say you love Allah, your love will translate to the love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet said, the best of you is the best to his family, and I am the best to my family. So if you cannot struggle, strive and make effort to be like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that means you don't love him and you don't love Allah too. You see, there was one time Ahmad recorded that Zuhra ibn Ma'bad said that his grandfather said, we were with the Messenger of Allah one day, while he was holding the hand of Umar ibn Khattab. And Umar said, by Allah, O Messenger of Allah, you are dearer to me than everything except for myself. I love you more than any other thing apart from myself. And the Prophet said, La yu'minu ahadukum hatta akuna habba ilayhi min nafsi. None of you is a believer until I become more beloved to him than even himself. Then Umar said, Ya Rasulullah, now you are even dearer and more beloved to me than even myself. Prophet said, Al-an, Ya Umar, Al-an. Now you believe, now you love. Meaning that if we translate it to marital relationship, as a husband, I have to love Allah and His Rasul more than myself, more than my whims, more than my caprices, more than my own desires. I have to stay with my wife. I have to love her despite and regardless. Let me put it that way. Because it translates to the fact that I am following the sunnah of the Prophet. That's why I have to do that. In other words, it is compulsory for me. I have to do it if truly I believe in Allah and His Rasul. The love of the Messenger of Allah should be dearer to me, and His sunnah should be more important to me than whatever I desire. Allahu Akbar Kabira. So there's this third one, love of the prophets and the believers. I've mentioned that in the past, and you have to love the believers too. You don't hate people who believe and you say you are a Muslim. You must love them regardless of anything. So the general love is muhabbat mushtarika. That's general love. It's very broad. We have the natural love. That's the love of a hungry person for food. That's natural, isn't it? How many people here love food? Some people love food. I'm telling you, as in love, hubbu. They will almost see food and say, oh, I love you. They can almost, some people will see fried rice. Now, if you want to see people who really love food, observe how people behave when there's a buffet. Subhanallah. He will carry, as in, look for the big plate. He will pick from here, pick from here, pick from here, pick from here, go and sit down, put it down, come back again. The love for food is so much that some people lose control. They lose their cool when there's food. Before, they will not know when their caps that was in the back go to the front. And a Muslim lady with her hijab, she'll begin to sing when she sees food. Some people love food more than their husbands. Yes, but it's natural now. Isn't it? Allahu Akbar Kabira. They love food more than their husband. Look, marriage will be very sweet. Everything will be going smoothly, provided she's not hungry. The day she gets hungry like this, she will just switch off. This is not hibernating. She will switch off completely, shut down. Until when she gets the kind of food she wants to eat, then she begins to smile from ear to ear. Allahu Akbar Kabira. So it's natural. Some people naturally love food. Some people love sleep. Yes. Some people sleep, they love a lot. In fact, this person will sleep and sleep and sleep. After subi, he sleep again. By the time the person wakes up 9 o'clock in the morning, the person says, Subhanallah, look at my neck aching me. No wonder I've been sleeping in the chair since. The person will not get up and officially go into the bedroom and sleep again. Officially. Until when they call the prayer of Zuhr, the person gets up and says, Subhanallah, what time is it now? Then after Zuhr, the person will now go for siesta. Subhanallah. You will see Maryam. Subhanallah. You will see Zainab. You will see Bilkisu. You will see siesta. You will see Esther. No matter what, he will still sleep. And then after 4 o'clock, then his life will now start. As soon as he finishes his shower like this, he's already making the bed. Allahu Akbar. Now, if you see somebody, look at somebody's wardrobe, and you see sleeping gown about 6, sleeping dress, it shows this person must love sleep. This person, they prepare, the way you are making preparation to go for Hajj, they make special preparation to go to bed at night. Oh, well, what can we do? It's natural. It's natural anyway. It is permissible, but everything to moderation. Love based on mercy and pity, that's another type of general love. You have pity, you have mercy. The love of a father for a small child. Yeah, you thought I'm going to say mother. Okay, let's say the love of mothers too for their babies. This also involves no kind of glorification. So there's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and show love and pity. And that's why sometimes, even marriage, sometimes you marry out of pity. There's nothing wrong with it in Islam. If anybody says otherwise, the person doesn't really understand what we are talking about. Yes, you can marry a man because you pity him. You can marry a woman because you pity her. There's nothing wrong in it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's an aspect. It's a type of love. You understand what I'm saying? It's a type of love. It may not be the type of love that you are familiar with or the one that you love to practice. Then we have love based on acquaintance and friendship. You know, we have been together. We are professionals. We go to the same office. Scholars in the same field. People meet on a daily basis and so on and so forth. People travel together. So many of such things, you can see them like that. But let me quickly mention this aspect before I move on to other types of love that all of us will benefit from, inshallah. Love can be a form of fitna. Love can be a trial, a great trial. Islam came close. Islam came to close the doors that lead to all evil and sin. And Islam is keen to block all the means that may lead to corruption of the hearts and the minds. Love and infatuation between the sexes are among the worst problems that people will ever face. Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, in his Majmu' al-Fatawa, he says something like this. He said, love is a psychological sickness. And if it grows strong, it affects the body and becomes a physical sickness. It is from the mind, then it begins to affect the body, either as disease of the brain, which are said to be diseases caused by wiswas. That's one of the sickness of the heart. Wiswas, or disease of the body, such as weakness, emaciation, and so on and so forth. A person can have the fitna of love to the extent that he begins to lose weight. When love sickness really comes, it can run people mental, so to speak. Allahu Akbar. Ibn Taymiyyah further said that loving a non-mahram woman, for example, leads to many negative consequences. And then to the extent that only Allah can save people from that. When love has captured the hearts of the people, their minds may become sick to the extent that the object of love will take over the whole of their being. In other words, it's a fitna, it's a trial. When people fall in love, so to speak, they fall into the trap of love with the wrong person. This is a very bad idea. It's a bad thing to happen to somebody. You love someone, but the person you love is the wrong person. Let me give you an example. How do you describe it? A wife is in love with the younger brother of her husband. How are you going to explain it? It's a disease, a sickness. That's why the prophet said, even the brother-in-law is deaf. Because of acquaintance, they have gotten used to each other, they see each other every time, maybe they even live together. After a while, it becomes deaf. Because the prophet said, La yakhluwana rajulun bi imra'atin illa kana thalithahum shaytan. A man will not be alone with the woman for some time, except that shaitan will be the third person. Shaitan will be the third. So look at that fitna. Look at the fitna of a man who has fallen in love with the wife's younger sister. He doesn't know what to do. He's so confused. He's so disturbed. Whenever he sees the lady, his body will be shaking. He doesn't know who to tell. He can't tell anybody that they will not tell him he's crazy. But is he not crazy? But why is love so much of a fitna? Why is it that people... Wait, let me ask you. Do people just fall in love by accident? How does it happen? Can you deliberately fall in love? How does it happen? Those of you who have experienced love before, please tell me. Those of you who have fallen in love before, Allahu Akbar Kabira. You have not fallen in love before? I don't even know what it feels like. Allah knows best. May Allah just forgive me. You see, there are three types of hearts. Mind, three types of hearts. We have Qalbun Salim, the heart that is pure and sane and healthy. Then Qalbun Murid, the heart that is sick. And we have Qalbun Mayyit, the heart that is dead. You see, the person who has fallen in love dangerously and Allah has given him trial out of love, he falls into the category of qalbun marid, the heart that is sick. What medicine can you use to cure somebody that is sick of love? How can you? It's like this. Can you force a cow to sleep? You want a cow to sleep. What will you do to force the cow to sleep? By kicking it? By beating it? Can you force a flower to bloom? How are you going to do it? If you want to open it, it will tear. Can you force a flower that is blooming to close? Can you? It is hard for people who are going through the fitna of love. Pity them. It's a kind of sickness that the doctor, conventional doctor, cannot cure. You beat him, you hit him, you insult him, you warn him, you threaten him. It will not change what is in his mind. Is that not why when some people want to marry, they say, don't marry him? You say, I will marry him. Don't marry her. You say, I would rather die than not to marry her. You see children speak harshly to their parents because of love. How can you say I should not marry her because she's not from our tribe? There's nothing you will say to me that I will change. Some will elope, they will run away. Because this sickness is fitna. Ibn Taymiyyah explained this in detail. Look at this Majmu' Fatwa. You will see some of these there, and some of the writings of the Sufis. Hence, look at the one of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Because he loves Allah, he had qalbun salim. He loves Allah and he was sincerely devoted to Allah. That's why he did not fall into the trap of love that Zulaikha was setting for him. And you know what he said? The Quran says, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا. Indeed, Allahu Akbar, she desired him, and he would have inclined to her desire. لَوْلَا أَنْ رَهَا بُرْهَانَ رَبِّي. If not that he saw the evidence from his Lord. Allahu Akbar. كَذَلِكَ نَصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Allah Akbar. Allah said that is what it was, so that we may turn him away from evil and turn him away from illegal sexual intercourse. Surely he was one of our chosen, he was one of our guided slaves. Allah needs to have chosen you before you become Masum, one that is protected. Anybody can make noise, can make I'm a believer, I'm a Sahaba. But when it comes to fitna of love, not many people can escape it. Just make sure that this thing doesn't catch you. But what that verse is saying, there's a statement of Yusuf. He said, Wama ubari'u nafsi. Oh Allah, I have no power over my soul. Inna nafsa la amarat bisu, because this soul do command towards evil. In other words, there's that fitna. There's the fitna. All of you should pray. Pray to Allah to protect you from some of these fitna. The greatest fitna some couples are going through today is because they love the wrong person. Oh, subhanallah. They fell in love with the wrong person. Unfortunately. With a wrong person. Look at people they should love there. The love didn't catch them. But the love has caught the person that doesn't care about them. And they'll be like, but why did you marry him? She'll say, I loved him. Didn't you see that he was behaving like this? She said, I didn't see it. But don't you know that he was behaving like this? I thought he would change. But the man refused to change. And this is why I'm sad. The person will complain because love has become a fitna to that person. Oh Allah, please have mercy on us and protect us from the fitna of love. Well, it happens like that. It happens like that. I'm not trying to say that it is by accident that some of these things happen. And I'm not trying to say that it is not by accident. I'm just trying to say that sometimes it can overpower people and they lose their senses. Will you still be reasonable when you are in love? I don't think so. But let me ask you this question. Do you believe that somebody can use charm to make somebody to love somebody? Yes. If you believe, you raise up your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Has somebody used it against you before? They have used it for you before? Okay, not you. of that, somebody used charm to make her to love somebody else. Does it work? Has anybody tried it before? After she had delivered 2 babies, then she now realized that what am I doing here? And the husband confessed that yes, I used this charm against you. Oh, subhanallah. Hey, wait. What do they use in doing that? Can anybody teach me? Hey, wahala deal. Hey. See, I overheard some brothers saying that there is a verse of the Quran that if you recite X number of times, that you can call somebody's name and the person will just be madly in love with you. Should I tell you? Yes. Allah Akbar. I wish I knew it. No, I overheard them saying it, but they didn't mention the particular reference. Yes, they say it's in Surah to Yusuf. They say it's in Surah to Yusuf. I wish, subhanallah, I wish I had asked them which particular that should what? I should research it for. Now let me ask you now, supposing you know the verse that you can read and one person will be madly in love with you, will you use it? Abba. Please don't disappoint me. So if you knew the verse, you will use it. Who will you use it against? Or for? Oh, you use it for your husband? He will be crazy about you. If somebody is crazy about you, how will you feel? Knowing fully well that it's the verse you recited that made him to go crazy. Wait, how will you classify that kind of? Is it real? Is that kind of love real? Okay, let's say there's a particular man that's maltreating the wife, behaving roughly towards her. If the woman knows this verse, should she use it? Do you think it's halal for her to use it? You see, alhamdulillah, I don't even know the verse. Honestly, I'm serious. Honestly, I don't know it. I wish I knew it. If I know, I would have used it for. I use it for everybody that's around me. They want to die if they don't see me for 5 minutes. But where does that leave me? Is it ibadah? Have I done? Allah Akbar Kabira. May Allah have mercy on us. But people do those things. I don't want you to dispute it. Don't think it is not real. So you sisters, don't do shakara for some brothers too much. If you don't want them, just tell them politely that you don't want. If you do gra, they will so show you. In fact, let me tell you this one. I wish they are not recorded, but I will have told you more. Okay, let me be on. Let me tell you this one. There is this guy. His brother died, elder brother died, and then the wife has very little children. Very good woman. So the people in the family, they held a meeting and said, this kind of, we can't allow her to go. She's very good, obedient. She's very religious. She has influenced all of our daughters to be wearing hijab. And even the boys, they are now going to Islamia because of her. Most of the ladies around the compound, in the street, they were coming to learn Quran for her. So the husband died, and with this, we don't want her to go away. So they asked this guy to come and marry her. This guy happened to be the younger brother to her late husband. Said, come and marry. Say, me? No. I can't marry her. She's even older than me. He said, no, it doesn't matter. You know this one. He said, no. Nobody will choose wife for him. That he has somebody he already wants to marry. He said, you can marry that person, but this woman, we don't want this. Look, all of you just mind your business. I don't like this kind of this. It's not Islamic to force somebody to marry. He quoted a lot of things. So one of the elderly men there said, okay, leave him alone now. They said, but you can't talk to her. He said, leave him alone. Let him go. So the guy left the village and went back to the city. I don't know why you people are laughing. Let me tell you this one. There is this guy, his brother died, elder brother died, and then the wife has very little children. Very good woman. So the people in the family, they held the meeting and said, this kind of, we can't allow her to go. She's very good, obedient. She's very religious. She has influenced all of our daughters to be wearing hijab. And even the boys, they are now going to Islamia because of her. Most of the ladies around the compound, in the street, they were coming to learn Quran for her. So the husband died, and with this, we don't want her to go away. So they asked this guy to come and marry her. This guy happened to be the younger brother to her late husband. Said, come and marry. Say, me? I can't marry her. She's even older than me. He said, no, it doesn't matter. You know this one. He said, no. Nobody will choose wife for him. That he has somebody he already wants to marry. He said, you can marry that person, but this woman, we don't want this. Look, all of you just mind your business. I don't like this kind of this. It's not Islamic to force somebody to marry. He quoted a lot of things. So one of the elderly men there said, okay, leave him alone now. They said, but you can't talk to her. He said, leave him alone. Let him go. So the guy left the village and went back to the city. I don't know why you people are laughing. Subhanallah. 2 months. 2 months after that meeting, he went back. And he went to Dobale for them and said, please allow me to marry her. I've not been able to sleep since the day I left this place. I've been thinking about her. Please allow me to marry her. I'm going to die if I don't marry this woman. They say, He said, yes. You really want to marry her? I said, yes. Okay, let's do the Sadaki thing. So they went to the lady's parents. They said, we have come again. The other son of ours has agreed to marry her. They said, no problem. Since she's there, so the marriage was done. So the day after the marriage, after the wedding, somebody now asked this Baba that said, leave him. Said, but you said they should leave him that time. Did you go back to go and talk to him? He said, no, I didn't go back. I sent Allah to him. What did you? How did you send Allah to him? Yes, that verse that I was talking about. I'm still looking for that verse. Is that verse that the Baba said he used? I'm not making it up. May Allah have mercy on us. So you believe it can work. Ladies, if you know it, will you use for your husband? Yes. Brothers, if you know, will you use for your wife? Yes. That's why I will not give you. No, work hard. Go along with the sunnah to entrench the love in your heart. Don't look for a shortcut. The same verse you use for him, other women will use it for him too. Then your eyes will clear. Allah knows best. Okay. Let's quickly look at the general types of love we're talking about. Are you with me now? Now, throughout your life, you'll find yourself in many circumstances of love, different levels of love, and almost all the time you find yourself experiencing one or two, a combination of several of these type of love that we want to talk about. Are you ready now? Yeah, I want to summarize this. There's this one, the scholars, I'm looking at general knowledge now. General knowledge. There's this one they call platonic love. This is the simplest of all types of love. There are no string attached, no sexual intentions whatsoever. It is pure, it is friendly, and sometimes we experience from a very strong age when we still don't know why we have these things we have inside ourselves. You know, sometimes you don't even understand yourself. You are still very small, but you have this platonic. You love some people. This kind of relationship you share with your siblings, boy and girl. You play, rough play, without realizing that he's a boy and you are a girl. Just rough play. You play, jump on chairs and things like that. And then close childhood friends, you go play everywhere, you follow each other up and down. And there's some few grown-up friends that can fall right there. You love them, not because anything is attached. You love your auntie, you love your sister as a boy, or as a girl, there's this, your brother, you are so attached to, you go about every time. So this, do you remember the first time you missed your brother, or you missed a friend? Maybe your brother traveled, you so miss him. Where's my brother? Even as grown-ups, some siblings, they still have that platonic love. Nothing is attached. It's just that we just love one another. And this is probably the first type of love some of us experienced. You know, brother, sister, sister, brother, 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 sister, sister. We just like one another. Nothing, not as if we want to marry each other or anything like that. Then there's the second type of love. This one is called limerence or crush. You know when they say you have a crush on someone. Yeah, everybody has experienced that before. The first crush is a memorable experience, the one that is filled with confusing jolts in your stomach, sudden urges to throw up, and a stupid sense of grinning satisfaction. You'll be smiling from ear to ear when you see your crush. Even when the person didn't greet you, you smile. It's a beautiful experience. Allah Akbar. It's a very beautiful experience. There are many people you have crush over. Like some of these brothers, I know they have crush with TV personalities, with musicians. Some of them, look at them. Yeah, they like some musicians. They like to secretly listen to some of these musics because the lady that is singing. And when they see the person, they say, yeah. I know some ladies who say they like Two-Face. Two Baba. Yes, there's nothing. Yes, I know those who last time Sheikh Mink came around. Come and see ladies. I said, Sheikh Mink, please borrow me yourself just for once. I was going to say, please let me be you just for 1 minute. So everybody would hey to me like that too. So whenever there's a program organized and Mink is coming, you see ladies, plenty. Yes, I've observed it now. If you invite people like us, nobody will come. They say, Ustaz Abdulfattah. Oh, subhanallah. There is God, though. So, subhanallah. So you see people have crush like that. The last time Naima Robert came to Nigeria, look at brothers. Everything she was saying, just open their mouth like that. As if they want to swallow her. I say, brothers, take it easy now. Take it easy. Sit very well. Allah Akbar. May Allah have mercy on us. So you see, that's the crush. Yeah, there are people that you have crush. Not that you want to marry them. You understand? Hey, not that you want to marry them. Not that there's anything. But it is more than that platonic thing. You kind of, yes, this guy. But if that same person says, marry me, you will refuse. That's how it works. You will not, no, I don't want to marry a celebrity so that everybody will be talking about me. But you know, the crush is always there. So the limerence, on the other hand, is rather close to a crush, but much more intense and weird. The stupid kind of love. Limerence. Have you ever liked somebody so madly, but you didn't ever want to express your love to that person? You understand? Like a school teacher, you love your class teacher to the extent that you can't tell them that you like them. And sometimes you may have an intense infatuation for someone, but yet you don't want to spoil that happy thoughts by doing anything about it. Have you ever experienced that before? You love somebody, you have, it's a higher kind of crush now. They call it limerence. You so like that person that if you don't want to tell the person because you don't want the relationship to spoil by you telling that person that, look, honestly, I kind of love you. You don't want to say it. So you keep it in your mind. Secret. Nobody will know. In fact, sometimes you behave somehow towards the person will not even think at all. The person will greet sometimes, you will not answer very well. Whereas inside your mind, she greeted me. Like some of the brothers, the lady, sister will greet, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. You saw answer like that. Wa alaikum salam. When the lady is greeting them, wa alaikum salam. But as soon as the lady walks away, she will smile. From this place to this place, from ear to ear, smile. They be like, brother, what happened? Say, subhanallah. But he can't tell anybody that I'm smiling because that lady just greeted. Did you see? She just smiled. Look at her gap tooth just showed when she was greeting me. Many people have experienced that before, right? It's in both ways, brothers to sisters, sisters to brothers. Islamic circles. Some of these are brothers who do as-salatu for women. They have some of these experiences. They also love a particular lady, but they will never let her know. They will even be shouting at her, hey, sister, sit down there. Sit down. Why are you going and coming? Sit down. Whereas he actually loves to see her because this lady, whenever she's walking, she's not walking, she's actually flowing. You know the difference between walking and flowing. Yes, this lady This lady kind of levitates when she's moving. She, you know when you walk now, there's a strut. You know, you move, you swing. This lady doesn't swing. She just flow like that. Subhanallah. But he will never tell her, and she will never tell him too. Allahu Akbar. See, I'm taking your time, right? If you are tired, let me know. Then we have this one. This one is a very bad one. We call it unrequited love. This is the third one. Unrequited love is a love filled with heartbreaks, and one that almost all of us have experienced before. It's a dreaded one-sided love. Have you experienced it before? Where you like someone and you know that that person will never like you back. When you love someone and you know that this person will never love you back. They may be in a relationship, or they may just use you. What I mean is, you find yourself falling more in love with each passing day, even though you know you will never get any happiness out of this type of love. This unrequited love, some brothers have it for ladies who are married. It's just that they will not tell anyone. They will be like, how I wish I had known this lady before she married. How I wish I had spoken to her before the husband did. How I wish. This unrequited love. A love, you love somebody and you know this person will never, ever love you back. It can be very painful. Very painful. You want to marry a brother now, you have been praying that Allah should let him marry you, only for you to hear that he has 4 wives. This is the kind of love, that gives love. Man will soon come around. You don't want to see the man. I don't want to see him. Allahu Akbar. So this is unrequited love. Or you love somebody, but the person is already engaged to somebody else. It can be very painful, because you will think the person has done something bad to you. And up till now, even as people are married, let me exaggerate, I don't have any proof for this. 4 out of 5 marriages wish they had married somebody else. This is unrequited love, because all of the qualities that your husband doesn't have, this guy just has it. And they say he has 4 wives. All of the qualities that your wife doesn't have at all, this woman has it in double. She's beautiful, and beautifully beautiful. She's good though, and she's goodly good. Very wise. Wise. She's wise with wisdom. Omo, come and see babe, but unfortunately. Now you see, this is a very bad kind of love. Very, very bad kind of love. Or like a brother to let me tell you this one. There is this guy, but you are so obsessed. Now you may have been one, or may have dated someone like this before. It's a stage all of us experience when we are afraid of losing somebody that we love. All of us will experience. But if you or your partner has security issues, really there's no hope for a happy ending here. If it's a matter of insecurity that makes you to be so obsessed with that person. But somehow, if it is one-sided, it is bad. It can be very destructive. You see, there's one hadith reported by Abu Huraira, who said, the Messenger of Allah said, Ahbib Habibak Hawnan Ma asa an yakuna baghidoka yawman. Ahbib Habibaka Hawnan Ma asa an yakuna baghidoka yawman ma. Then wa'abghid baghidoka hawnan ma asa an yakuna habibaka yawman ma. What does that mean? Love your beloved person moderately. Prophet is referring to this infatuation. Love your beloved person moderately, for perhaps it will become hateful to you someday. And then hate the one you hate moderately, because perhaps it will become your beloved someday. You see that in the Sunnah of Tirmizi. It's a very good hadith. Meaning that don't be too infatuated. Take it moderate. Be moderate, because it may not work. Especially those who are about to get married. When you become too obsessed, if it doesn't work, some people go mental. She'll just go crazy, go banana. She'll be picking pure water sachet everywhere. Honestly. Then you see somebody who will suddenly start picking the cover of bottled water. You start picking up, and I say, what are you doing? You say, I'm collecting it. What for? You can't explain. Something has gone banana in his head. May Allah save us far. Then Zaid ibn Aslam reported Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, used to say, La yakun hubbuka kalafan wala bugduka talafan. What does that mean? Let not your love be infatuation, and let not your hatred become destruction. He was giving a word of caution. And people said, yeah, Umar, explain, what do you mean by this? He said, Idha ahbabta kalifta kalafa sabi wa idha abgotta ahbabta li sahibika talafa. When you love someone, you become infatuated like a child. You become infatuated, kalafa sabiji. You become infatuated like a child. But when you hate someone, you love destruction for that person. This is the kind of love that once there's a disappointment, they want to kill each other. You understand what I mean? Yes, a man will say, I love this and I love this. When the lady now disappoints him and say, I'm not marrying you again, he will want to ruin her. He will want to destroy her. He will be saying all bad things against her up and down. There are some like that. There's one that I had again. This life, there's this guy who wanted to marry a lady. He had been running after her for a long time. He had spent a lot of money only for him to realize that this lady doesn't really love her. Love him. And lady just summoned courage one day and says, sorry, we can't marry. But I love you. You can love me now, but I don't love you. Because this guy was so obsessed. You know what the guy said? He said it's only housefly that will buy shit. What does that mean in your language? Thank you. It's only housefly that will buy shit. That's what he said to the lady. The lady wondered, which one is shit? I said, I don't love you. Which one is shit inside? You are the one that knows what you mean by housefly. It was several years when nobody married this lady that the matter came to her. They said, who did you offend? She said, I didn't offend anybody, but somebody said this to her sometime ago. They say, what that guy meant was that he had gone to do some sihr against you. Sihr means sorcery or magic against you. What that proverb meant was that it's only housefly that will buy shit, meaning that it's only housefly that will marry you. No human being. Any person that wants to come close to her, she will look like shit to them, so they walk away. That's the interest. So it has always been like that. And may Allah save us. What can she do about it? May Allah save us from all of this evil. So this is what Umar ibn Khattab said, that if you are not careful, it becomes destruction. You like to destroy your what does this brother want to gain from not allowing another person to marry using sihr against her? But does it work? It works, so be careful. Read your day and night. May Allah protect us. Some of these brothers are very desperate and dangerous. I'm not saying ladies are not either. Number 5, selfish love, narcissistic love. Selfish love is very smart, and although it involves two people to create that relationship, selfish love also involves two people who are in love with one person. Did you get that gist? Selfish love involves two people who are in love with one person. Number 1, your partner loves you, and number 2, you love you. Somebody loves you and you love yourself, but not that you love that person back. Selfish love is a narcissistic love where you don't care about your partner or their happiness. You only care about yourself. If you ever find yourself getting into a relationship just for the heck of it without really falling in love with another person, it is possible that you are a selfish lover. You don't care about that, but you only care about yourself. So selfish lovers are clever. They scheme a lot. They are like foxes. They only get to a relationship to get to see what they can get out of it. In other words, you are being used. Yes, they say they love you, but they don't really love you. It's themselves they love. They have many reasons for doing that. Yes, they are using the other partner they love themselves and they want that person to love them, but they don't love that person. That's why you see a lot of people, they are in a relationship, they don't really love that person. It's just because of pedigree. Or maybe, this lady is from rich family, or this brother is really boxed, or they say he's related to Dangote. That's all. Not that she loves him. The man may love her, but she doesn't love him, but she loves herself instead. Now you can see that's a very bad kind of love. Very selfish. Then number 6, we have the one we call the kind of love. Yes. I don't know how to spell it. You know, when you see something, subhanallah, you may not understand what I mean. Wow. Yes, that kind of love. You'll be like, wow. So this one can happen 1/50th of a second. What? it will just grab you like that. You just love that person, poop, like that. You do like, wow, subhanallah. You may not say it out, you may not say it loud. Even your action will show. You'll be like, Allahu Akbar. So this one is very spontaneous, and you forget it soonest. It comes and goes. Sometimes it can last for a few seconds, sometimes for less, sometimes it can last longer. Okay, don't you love cats, baby cats, cute kittens? You'll be like, they look nice. Then small goats that are just, breastfeeding, they're very, agile, very elegant. They play, they roll around. You'll be like, look at that. Or maybe you see two little kids, two little goats, baby goats, kids. You see them playing together. Or you two of them, they just sit down and they pose. They are twins, looking exactly the same way. You'll be like, look at them. They are so beautiful, so cute. When they wear the same thing for them. Not this unidentical one. Oh. One is black, the other one is fair. One is may Allah forgive me. Those ones don't really evoke that in you. But the one that really look the same. Or when you see a little boy that's leading the sibling in salat, you'll be like, how cute. How nice. Now, do you do you express this kind of thing to a human being too? Sometimes it works so much like what is this one that I said can come like a flash, like a crush. Sometimes it comes like a crush for somebody. You see something or you see someone, you'll be like, very nice. Maybe you see some of these ladies in their hijab, this modern day hijab. She clips it and puts it so nicely and she looks cute, and you'll be like, subhanallah. Some brother, they don't let people know they said that. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. That kind of love, it can be very brief, but if you pursue it any further, it can become any of these other ones we have mentioned. Do you understand it now? Or somebody just recited the Quran with beautiful voice. Be like, mashallah. That was a very beautiful recitation. And for some human beings, you'll be like, when you see them. But after a while, once you turn away and you don't see them again, you forget about it. It's another type of love. But there's this one, same-sex love. I mean brotherly love, brother to brother. I don't mean the negative one these useless people do. Yes, you see, when a girl to a girl, your roommate in school, your classmate, you kind of have that brother. I've mentioned something similar to this earlier on. Brotherly love, nothing is attached. There's nothing wrong in it. You feel that emotion for your friend or even a celebrity. Yes, you see a celebrity, they say this is what's his name, Sky, even as old as he is, Sheikh Kali. Yes, I like that man, I like that Baba. Then what of this my Sheikh here? Tell me the name of this Sheikh now. The one with Jamaican voice. What's his name? Tell me. Bilal, yes. Abu Amina Bilal Phillips. Yes, if you hear that voice, it's a Jamaican. If he had sang before. So when he used that sound, that voice to do lecture, those who know he had sang before, you'll be like, I know where this guy is coming from. Or Cat Steven. What's his real name now? Yusuf Islam. Yes, when you see Yusuf Islam with that long game, like a Sufi person, looking lanky and gentle, like one person from among the messengers, from around the, men around the messenger, it looks like a Sahaba sometimes. You'll be like, this one's, Islam looks sweet when you look at them. You understand what I mean? It looks sweet when you look at them. Like Yusuf Estes, the old man, Or if you see Ahmad Didat, any moment in any of his pictures, you'll be like, this man. This Baba is here again. So it is similar to that kind of love, but the brotherly one is such that you just love him because it's your brother. Now, brother to brother, when you love one another, the Prophet ﷺ said, according to Miqdam bin Ma'adi, he said, Messenger of Allah said, "Idha ahaba hadakum akha'u falyu'limuhu iyya'u." Whenever any of you loves his brother, tell him so. Let him know that, brother, I love you for the sake of Allah. Or sister, no. A brother may not say that to his sister. It may translate to another thing. Say, sister, I love you for the sake of Allah. Well, I don't know how that works, but I would rather not say it. But for a brother to brother, sister to sister, yes. The Prophet ﷺ said it's sunnah. Say to you, I love you for the sake of it, so that the person knows that he's doing something good, so that he can continue doing it. May Allah make it easy for us. When Mink was around the other time, and one lady wrote a question in form of question and said, please, I will not mind if you marry me. So when I read it like this, I now asked, I said, Sheikh, would you like to answer this question? He said, which one is that? You read it. He said, yes, I will answer it. So I gave him the question. When it was time, I asked him, oh yeah, now that question. He said, hey, somebody wrote this so and so thing. I want to tell you that I also love you for the sake of Allah. Very wise. That's how he twisted the thing. Very wise. May Allah increase him in wisdom. Then we have number 8, lusty love. Lusty love. L-U-S-T-Y. Lust. I hope you pardon my pronunciation. You understand what I mean? Lust. Yes. L-U-S-T-Y. Lusty love. That is this one is a very serious one. It is the one that people want to, some people even begin to, forgive me for using this word, they will almost be salivating, let me use that word, when they see the person that they are lustfully in love with. What I mean by salivating is they salivate downstairs. That crushes so much that they want to do things to themselves just by remembering and thinking about that person. Lustful love is so much so that some brothers will go into the bathroom and they start touching themselves when they are thinking of that lady. And some ladies will be thinking about it to the extent that some people are married, they still think about that person to enjoy themselves with their spouses. How ridiculous. This out of lust. Lust is a kind of, how do I describe it? It's a time you experience when you lust for someone or get into a relation with someone you are extremely sexually attracted to. That's the word. The first few weeks are all about sex and positions, and both of you just need a few seconds alone to begin to undress. It can be very lustful. I wish that couples who are married can also develop this for themselves, for each other once in a while. You know, develop that lust for each other. When you see each other like this, begin to salivate for one another. I wish couples would do that towards one another. Unfortunately, people who are not married are the ones who even experience this more, and it's a lot of fitna. May Allah save us and protect us from that. May Allah have mercy on us. Then it normally comes when people get married, it doesn't continue much, you know. After a while, this thing will begin to die down. But I want to encourage couples to develop that lust for one another. L-U-S-T. That's be passionate about one another. Then number 9, romantic love. Sorry, I'm taking your time much. Romantic love. Let me tell you what I understand about this. Most of you who have gone to Western school, most of you who have imbibed Western education and adopted Western culture, you have come to think that the central fire of human happiness is romantic love. True or false? You know, this love forever, ever living, ever happily after. The romantic couple walking hand in hand across the field towards sunlight, you know, candlelit dinner. Those are the kind of things some people want to think love is all about, isn't it? Yes, people have gone to school, they think like that a lot. You know, this kind of thing they read in Mills and Booms those days. How many people read it? Old school. Yes, Mills and Booms. Which other ones are those ones? These romantic things. I have not read them. I would have been telling you some of the things that what Romeo and Juliet. Thank you, my brother. Hey, those kind of romance. Many people spend their entire lives looking for that kind of love. That's why they are yet to marry. Yes, they are looking for that kind of love. They want to feel such love, wondering when they are first attracted to a guy or a girl, if that's what they are now feeling. They want to feel that way. They Allahu Akbar. They love being in love. They love the feeling of loving love. Do you understand what I just said now? Allahu Akbar. Even the mad passion of being in love, they are not really in love with somebody else. They are actually in love with love. And that's why they want love to carry all of the paraphernalia of romance according to what can fit conveniently into the imagination that they can garner for themselves. They live in a world of themselves. Central among the features of romantic love is the fact that it consists of falling in love with love, not with a concrete person. In other words, you even stop seeing that person. It's the love that you see. This is not very far from infatuation. But you know, they love love. Romantic love loves the higher passion. They take love to a spiritual level. They see love as a spiritual ecstasy that not the body but the soul can reach. Allahu Akbar. A woman in romantic love loves being swept off her feet, longing for more to the point of death. This is where someone say, I would rather die with you than live without you. This is when people say those kind of things. Who wants to die? To feel the ecstasy of passion. This is romance. Romantic love entails a boundless desire, a longing for the infinite, a longing to slip the surly bonds of time, to escape from bodily limitations into the realm of the forever and the infinite. It's a revolt against mere flesh, against the limits of the human condition. You just want both of you to press pause button on time, and you want to remain suspended in a timeless, seemingly timeless bond of life. You want the sun to stand frozen just because of the two of you. Allahu Akbar. This is romance. So may Allah save us from the fitna of romance. Allahu Akbar. Now this is why romantic love desperately needs obstacles. I'm telling you this. You see, romantic love cannot just continue to go. Romantic love, if it is going smoothly, it will lose the fervor. It will become bored. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you see, it is the longing of dwelling in the sweetness of desire that makes romantic love to sustain itself. But when there are obstacles, romantic love can grow higher and higher. But if there are no obstacles, it becomes boring. Let me give you an example. Some people, they may not love each other so much, but because the parents say, no, you will never marry, that's when the love will just catapult. You'll be like, okay, tell me why. Mama, tell me why I cannot marry this guy. Allah Akbar Kabira. You see, for romantic love to continue, there must be some mess to clean up. There must be some obstacles on the way. There must be some things impeding, some impediments. If there are no impediments, they will be so bored of one another. Sometimes people who are in a far distant relationship, they experience this romantic love more. Every day and night, they are on text messages, on WhatsApp, on chatting, on whatever, to one another. But when they see each other face to face, they'll start quarreling. Husband and wife do that to each other. When they travel, they'll be asking after one another. When they come back to see each other, they'll start fighting. You see, romantic love is only nice when there are obstacles. But when you remove obstacles, it doesn't work. But what I want to ask you now is, do approaches to romantic love vary across cultures? Is it the same thing? Or is only those of you who have adopted Western cultures that think about romantic love? Love, lovey-dovey. You are, they will be writing love poems to one another. Now, let me tell you, in some collective cultures, like Asian and African countries, an individual's identity is tied to his or her social group. In other words, Western ideology think that love surrounds only they and themselves. Love can be very selfish for those of you who have gone to Western school. But in some African setting and Asian, I mean like India and the rest of them, they can only say they love you if it is in agreement with their society. You grasp my yarning now? Yes, it's only they only see it as a priority. If my parents approve you, then I will love you. And this is what we used to do in Africa traditionally. You say the brother can say he loves you. You don't believe he loves you until he brings his parents, and your parents are in agreement with his parents. It's then that the love will start coming. But before then, you'll be like, sorry, there's nothing I can do about it until and unless my parents agree. This is Africa. And that's why we are not so crazy with romance like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then in some individualistic countries, conversely, like United States, Canada, and the rest of them, even the UKs and the rest, individuals' independent identity is the priority. Do you love him? Yes. Do I love you? Yes. That's all they need. If their parents or their family or society don't agree, they don't bloody care. But it's the other way around in Africa. So people from collectivist cultures expect love to grow as the marriage unfolds over time. In fact, in some part of Africa, they believe that you don't really love each other until when you have married, and that marriage is the one that will bring the love, not the other way around. in the Western world, is love that brings marriage. In Africa, I'm realizing now, it is the marriage that brings love. But truly, come to think of what love are we talking about? By the time we get married, you see hatred, full ground berekete. You understand? So may Allah have mercy on us. So in this part of the world now, this is why you don't see so much of romance, and this is why the parents are so surprised that how can you say you love this person? You don't even know his family, you don't know where he came from, you don't know anything about his background, and you say you love. How can you love somebody just like that? Do you understand it now? Then number 10, unconditional love. This is a very long story. You are blessed if Allah has given you the opportunity and the power to love somebody unconditionally. Allahu Akbar. There are so many hadiths I will have mentioned to you about this, but sorry, I don't want to take much of your time anymore. But let me tell you one hadith that may interest you. Umar ibn Khattab, he reported that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, "Inna min ibadillahi la unasan ma hum bi anbiya wala shuhada yaghbituhum al anbiya wa shuhada yawm al qiyamah bi makanihim min Allah ta'ala." There are some people, are you listening now? Yeah, there are some people among the servants of Allah who are neither prophets nor martyrs, but whom the prophets and martyrs will envy due to their status in the day of judgment. Prophet was saying that to the Sahaba. They said, "Ya Rasulullah, who could these people be that even the prophets and martyrs will be envious of them?" The Prophet said, "They are a people whom common, they are a people tahabu bi ruhillah ala ghairi arhamin bainahum." These are people who love each other with the spirit of Allah, not because of any family relations or wealth between them. Ala ghairi arhamin bainahum wala amwalin. Neither because of family pedigree or wealth, they love one another. يتعاطونها فوالله إن وجوههم لنور. These people come together, and I swear by Allah, there will be light on their faces on the day of judgment. وَإِنَّهُمْ عَلَى نُورٍ, and they are going to be dwelling upon light. لَا يَخَافُونَ إِذَا خَافَ النَّاسِ. When other people are afraid in the day of judgment, they will have no fear. وَلَا يَحْزَنُونَ إِذَا حَزِنَ النَّاسِ. And when people are sad, they will never grieve in the day of judgment. Who are these people? Those people who love each other for the sake of Allah. This is unconditional love. Regardless of where you are, where you are from, who you call yourself, they love you for the sake of Allah. Regardless of your imperfections, regardless of your faults, regardless of your whatever thing, they don't care. A husband will love the wife for the sake of Allah, knowing fully well that nobody is perfect. A wife will love the husband for the sake of Allah, knowing fully well that nobody is perfect. And I want to recommend this for couples. Unconditional love. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Oh, Allah have mercy on us. And may Allah make it easy for us to be able to do this. The love Allah is not pegged to a particular thing, so much so that when that thing is removed, to say that the marriage will pack up. No. Even when whatever thing is removed, the love is still there. They still have that space in each other's hearts to love one another. And then this now brings us to number 11, marital love. Briefly, you know what that means now. This kind of love that can be called real life love. Real love. There's true love. This is real life love. Love of real life. And this is why one scholar was explaining. He said, look, he doesn't believe that people love each other until after they have married. Why? He used this verse of the Quran to support it. The Quran chapter 30 verse 21. Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. That's where bainakum came from. That among the signs of Allah is that He created for you made from among yourselves, and He has put love and mercy between your hearts. In other words, you can only experience love and mercy after marriage. After marriage, that's when you experience love and mercy. Ibn Abbas, prophet that Messenger of Allah said, "Lam naro lil mutahabbaini mithla nikah." We do not see for those who love one another anything like marriage. Meaning that there's no type of love that is greater than the love of marriage. Because when we talk love in all of those things of infatuation, everybody's eyes have cleared already. Yes, everybody's eyes have cleared. Now we are now seeing real life. Yes, real life as it's supposed to be. Yeah, so real life. It is then that all of this one, I love you, you will not even remember all of those again. You'll be like just looking at one another. Real life, that's when Allah now put love and mercy in the hearts of the couples. After marriage. After marriage. What do we feel before marriage? We feel interest, not love. We actually have interest in one another. You see, I'm interested in you being the mother of my children. You are interested in me being the father of your children. That's all, just interest. But it's after marriage that we would not start talking about love as it's supposed to be. Love will come without mask or anything. It will come in real picture by the time both of you get married. And this is why there's supposed to be less emphasis on this romance kind of a thing. By the time people get married, the love and the love expression change. Things are not always, they don't even buy the chat card for one another anymore. Yeah, salam. But lucky are the couple who do some of these things even after marriage. Now, the last one of them I want to mention to you is empty love. Empty. Allahu Akbar. Oh, subhanallah. This is the kind of love shared between two people who are committed to each other, most likely in marriage, but they have their future all planned out together, and they have each other included in their plans, in their goals, in their dreams. The two of them might even confess that they love and care about one another, just like people in any commitment should do. However, they do not have an emotional relationship with each other. They are also not sexually or romantically attached to each other. Their feelings as far as coming together is concerned is flat. Some marriages have degenerated into that point where the love there is empty. There's no love. They are just there because of the children. Some women are still in their marriage because she doesn't want her children to suffer, not because she loves anybody. And some men, it's just because, okay, who will be looking after these children if I should chase her away? Let her just stay. And some couples, they are just like this. They put hand on their chin, looking at one another, wondering who is going to die first. Yes. They are just looking at each other. If you die first, I will have my peace. If I die first, you will have your peace. They are just looking at one another. When people are talking about love, ask some of you, I say, look, do you love your husband? She'll be like, what did you just say? She will be like, she didn't hear you very well. Love. What do you Now, either you like it or not, there are so many marriages like that. The love there is zero. There's nothing like I love you, I love. They don't love each other. Not that they hate one another, but they are just there as a matter of commitment. That means we are committed to this marriage. They have spent so many years together. They have gone through wear and tear of the years. They have seen it in and out. They have quarreled, they have fought. Is it all that marriage takes? Is it love? Is it only love? Is love all that the marriage needs? Is love all? What of commitment? What of devotion? Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, is when he addressed women, he was speaking to women one day. He said, if one of you does not love her husband, she should not tell him about it, because only a few homes are based on love. Rather, people live together by virtue of good morals and by virtue of Islam. Meaning that there are so many more things. This is not to say that love is not important, but Umar ibn Khattab was letting the women understand, look, all of you, if you want to base marriage on love, you will not marry anybody, because many of these brothers, they are not lovable. The husband will wake up early after Subi doing the askar, he go and cook for the wife, bring tea for her. The woman will just be getting up, especially when the woman is off salah, she's not praying. He will not disturb, he will not wake her up. You go for Subi, you come back, make tea, and then you say, Salaam alaikum. Your tea is ready. Upsy daisy. Wake up, sleepy beauty. Yeah, salam. Oh, this life, Oh, some things are just better imagined. Wait, are you listening to me now? Are you listening to me? What I'm trying to say is that, is it all about love? Some of these brothers, they are very bland, they are flat when it comes to love. They don't know how to show any love, tenderness, care. They don't care. So most of you, in fact, let me repeat what Umar bin Khattab said to all of you ladies, that look, don't focus too much on the love. In fact, so long as he can take care of you and take care of the children, he can pay school fees, just stay. Allah will compensate in the day of judgment. He will make you marry one Sayyid and somebody in the day of judgment. Not the same useless, so excuse me, sorry, forgive me for saying that. Allah will compensate in the day of judgment. Just remain. If you want to divorce a man because of love, look, the next man you are going to marry to, he may not know how to show love. In other words, some marriages are based on commitment. They are based on certain other considerations. Some are based on ibadah. You just marry him for ibadah. Nothing. He doesn't have money. He doesn't have love. He doesn't look fine. He doesn't. You just marry him to say, well, let me not commit zina. Let me just marry him. Once in a while, when I see him, I will manage it like that. That's all. But that's not to say that it's not the other way around too. Some men are keeping their wives because if I chase her away now, who will look after the children? So some marriages, the love there is empty. And what I'm trying to say is, it's not all about love. Now, between love and money, which of them is more important? Can there be love without money? But can there be money without love? Okay, can there be marriage without love? Can there be marriage without love? But can there be love without marriage? Yes. There can be love without marriage. But what percentage will you give to money and to love in a marriage? 50-50? 90-10? 70-30? 70 money, 30 love. Abba, subhanallah. Subhanallah. You, these brothers, you are disappointing me. Assalamu alaikum. Listen to me now. Yes, I want you to think really seriously about it. When I'm concluding, I would like to share one hadith of the Prophet with you, inshallah. Now, there are so many things about love that so many people believe, and it is wrong. Are you with me now? There are so many things people believe about love, but these things are wrong, and these beliefs are so far inside our head, so it is affecting marriages now, because people don't understand love. You may hardly go for Jumat and the Imam is talking about love. People will be like, what's wrong with Imam? You hear one Imam doing khutbah about Imam. Yeah, you are nas, or you mankind. Love one another, love your wife, kiss your... What? Did you hear what Imam said? He's talking about kiss. He's talking about romance. People will be talking about him all the time. You know, that so we lack the opportunity to really learn what love is all about. So we hold so many bad ideas. You see very beautiful marriages, but the woman is expecting love to come in some ways that she has read in novels or watched on TV. African Magic, Z World. You are the ones watching it too. You want love to be like Telemunzo. You want love to be like this love. All of this Saloni, all of this. Tell me about them now. You know them. All of this Gunju, and which other one? Silver Lining. These are the things you ladies watch. Some people want it to be like that. So let me tell you, number one. Sorry, I'm taking much of your time. I understand. I want to wrap it up. This love thing is a very serious matter. People believe that love hurts. Do you believe too? Love hurts. Do you believe it? No, that's a very dangerous thing to believe. Because people believe that love hurts, this is why they endure and they defend the worst behavior of all. They endure being physically and emotionally abused because they believe that that's how love works. No, love is supportive. Love is not destructive. Sure, the loss of love can hurt, but love itself doesn't hurt. Love, real love, heals. Love cures. Love brings happiness. Love doesn't hurt. Don't get it twisted. It is human beings that hurt, not love. It's an ignorant husband that hurts the wife, not love. So when a person says he loves you and he still creates some drama that will make your life to be miserable, he doesn't understand love. Someone should teach him that love is not like this. A man will beat up his wife and say, yes, I've taught her a lesson. No. You don't love somebody that way. You don't love somebody with hatred. You don't love somebody by keeping malice. You love somebody by showing love. Real love cures. Even if somebody is not well upstairs, real love will cure that person. Many of us men that you see, we behave like crazy people sometimes. It is you women that can cure us. You use love to bring us back to our senses. Love can be very difficult, but love is not dangerous.